Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Speedy702 coming at you. Now, it's been probably a couple of years since I haven't done a video here on YouTube. I just kind of lost a passion for it. But I definitely wanted to bring up the following point and my views on it, right? Of course, we all got different views, and that's completely fine. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying you're wrong. Everybody's got an opinion, and it is what it is, right? So this past Sunday was WrestleMania. Okay, we all witnessed Cody getting to main event against Roman, arguably one of the greatest of all time, definitely the greatest of our generation. And a lot of people don't agree with the fact that Cody lost his match against him, right? And a lot of the people online, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everybody's saying that he got buried, right? And how Tony Khan and all his old comrades are laughing at him, and they think it's wrong, right? That it happened. So my thought process is that one, he definitely was not buried. Two, Roman was definitely the guy to win this match. Okay, let's take you guys back a couple years before Cody even walked out of the company, right? WrestleMania 31. Roman Reigns gets to main event his first Mania match. Did he win? No. Not only did he not win, but he lost in a very cool fashion, right? With the cash in from Rollins or whatnot. But he literally busted his whole ass the entire match against the Beast, only to be cashed in on by a man, 2 minutes, 2 minutes into the final sequence of the match, right? Is that fair? Definitely not. Was it a cool moment for the fans? Of course it was. It was unexpected. It was everything that you wanted to be. But, I mean, ultimately it was BS, right? Fast forward a couple years later, the man faces Brock Lesnar in the main event of WrestleMania 34, and this time loses cleanly. So now he's 0-2 in Lesnar matches at WrestleMania. Okay. Fast forward a little while later, Reigns is the champion. His leukemia comes back, leukemia, cancer, what have you, comes back. He is forced to surrender the belt. Okay. Very sad moment. Everybody's, praying for him. Everybody wants him to get well. Everybody has him on their prayers, right? On their thoughts and prayers. Fast forward 6 months later, the man comes back. He's beating leukemia. He's a remission. I apologize. He's in remission, and we get him back in the WWE, right? Now, granted, when he comes back, there's no time for him to become champ and like really feud for the belt, what have you. The Kofi Mania thing is going wild. Rollins, and Lesnar, they got their thing going on. So, I mean, the man basically starts from scratch and pays his dues and fights what at that point really was a nobody in Drew McIntyre, right? Now, obviously, things have changed quite drastically for him, but at the time, really, he was just another big guy who really didn't deserve very much, right? Fast forward a year later, he's gonna main event WrestleMania. COVID happens because of his status with his previous problems with leukemia. They cannot clear him. He can't even compete, right? Fast forward months later, once the pandemic, starts getting a little bit more under control or what have you, he fucking turns it up a notch. He becomes a heel, the greatest heel that we've had in a very long time. And fucking he starts his championship reign all this whole time. Okay, so you talking about a man who lost to Lesnar twice, gave up his belt for to battle cancer, came back, couldn't even be at WrestleMania because of COVID. And right now, he's just doing the absolute best heel work that we have seen in a long, long, long time. Okay, the man has paid his dues. The man has done absolutely everything that a heel is supposed to do, that a professional WWE athlete is supposed to do, what the company wants and needs, right? Cody Rhodes, on the other hand, he's the son of a plumber, right? He's got all this prestige, right, that he's got to follow. He's got his brother, Goldust, right, who had a hell of a run, a much better run than he ever did before joining the WWE back, right? Now, granted, he had the Stardust gimmick and what have you. I mean, that was definitely a total failure, and ultimately, he was not the guy to be pushing when he was in WWE. When times got a little bit hard, what happened? He took his ball, he went elsewhere. Okay, he walked away from the WWE for 6 long years. Okay, during these 6 years, what did he do? He talked trash about WWE. He started a glorified indie federation. Okay, in that indie federation, he dissed WWE. He destroyed the throne, obviously, as a direct shot to his personal favorite wrestler in Triple H. But nonetheless, he's doing all these things to garner attention, right? And he started basically a federation that is full of old WWE talents in AEW. Okay, as the second competition or whatever you want to call it, as the modified cheap version of WCW or what have you. In any case, the man walked away, abandoned the WWE universe for 6 years, went ahead and started his own fed, came back, okay, had a massive, massive pop at WrestleMania, okay, a hell of a match against Rollins. 2 months later, and 3 wins later against against Seth, what happens? The man injures himself, not even in a WWE ring, but lifting weights. Okay, so not only has this man been gone from WWE for 6 months, for 6 years, comes back for 2 months, gets 3 wins against a man who has been undoubtedly one of the top three for sure, okay, wrestlers in the last 10 years in WWE, who has yet to main event a single WrestleMania. Okay, 0. Okay, because you can't even count that cash in as a main event spot. In any case, Cody's gone for 6 years, comes back 2 months later, torn pec. Now the guy's gone for fucking 7 months. Seven out of the 9 first months in WWE, the man is gone. Nowhere to be seen. Terrible. Comes back at the Rumble, has a lackluster showing, okay? Comes in at number 30, takes the spotlight from a well-deserving Gunther, okay, at Mania. Goes on to the Elimination Chamber. Nobody really cares about him because everybody is worried and everybody only cares about one man, Sami Zayn. Now he's going into Mania, getting to main event it, okay, after being gone for 6 years and after being in the shelf for 7 out of his first 12 months with the company. Okay, you're talking about investing a lot of money on a guy who took his ball, went home, or went to another company, or whatever you want to call it, and you're giving him the main event at WrestleMania. Now, in my opinion, he has yet to prove himself. Like I said, out of those 12 months that he's been with the company, 7, he was on the shelf due to fault of his own. Okay, not to the WWE. They still went ahead and went forward with it. Okay, now here you have Roman, a man who has busted his ass for a long, long time to get to the point to where he's at now, to have a legendary run, to be this close to being in that list of the absolute elite, okay? Nearing that 1,000 day mark, okay? Now, granted, I'm sure it would have been a happy, feel good moment for Cody to win the match, okay, and to become champion. But then where does he go from there, right? I mean, literally, the man has been active for 5 out of 12 months with WWE, and you want them to absolutely kill off the Bloodline storyline, which has been the best thing that has been going on in the last 15 years? I don't think so. I think it's completely uncalled for. I think Cody definitely needs to prove himself a little bit more within the WWE realm, okay, within the WWE itself, not necessarily with other companies and other things that he has done in the past. I think he needs to fight a little bit more. He needs to claw his way a little bit more. And then come SummerSlam, maybe even WrestleMania next year, okay, finally have that moment to be the man, okay? But as of right now, Roman has done a little bit too much for the business, a little bit too much for his own career, okay? Has overcome too many hurdles, okay? And he's right on that cusp of that 1,000 day mark, which obviously it's not going to be duplicated for many, many years, okay? So I think WWE definitely did the right thing by holding off on the crowning of Cody Rhodes, okay? And now, obviously, the night after Mania, we see him get his ass beat by Lesnar, which is obviously going to set up a good feud for him. Ultimately, I'm sure he's going to be the winner of that feud. And ultimately, little by little, right, he's going to be back in that title contender picture where ultimately I do believe he's going to be the one to dethrone Reigns, okay? So it'll be a nice story to tell, okay, and to have Rhodes come short the first time, go through all these hurdles, and then finally get the big one. At that point, I think he's going to be built a little bit better within the company. He's going to be seen as a team player, not somebody who's going to take his ball and go home like Punk and others do. Okay, like I said, the man has proven himself, okay, to be a person that if he's not happy with something, he will walk away. Okay, for years. Okay. Meanwhile, Roman has done every single thing he can, okay, to be the absolute best company man that he can be, okay, for himself, for his family, for legacy, money, for everything, okay? He's willing to be that guy, okay? Something that Cody just wasn't, okay? He didn't like his booking, I get it, but ultimately he did walk away, okay? Roman has been here, Roman has done the work, Roman has done the work in WWE. Doesn't matter what you've done outside of it. Okay, it's what matters in the WWE. Okay, what you've done. So, with that being said, I think Cody's gonna be fine. He's gonna bounce back from this. He's gonna claw his way back into that title picture, and whether it's at Mania or whenever it is, he will be the person to finally break that 1,000 day plus reign that Reigns is ultimately going to gain by the end of his championship run. Okay, so yes, Cody will get it. Was Sunday night the night to do it in? I definitely don't think so. You may disagree because you feel like he's as hot as can be right now, but I mean, just think of that comeback story, right? That this man literally came this close to being the champion, only to get that rug pulled from underneath him, okay, due to shenanigans of the bloodline, and then ultimately hand Roman's his fucking receipt and take that belt from him. At that point, once he takes that belt from him, then you're talking about we're 1-1. Now we go on to the bigger business, right? Into the actual feud itself. Okay, Cena versus Edge, Batista and Triple H, Eddie Guerrero and Rey, right? all these feuds, all these people, they need somebody to feud with for something to become legendary. And at this point, I just don't think Cody is ready for it. I just don't think he has done enough, okay, to be able to dethrone the tribal chief. So just give him 6 months to a year. He'll be fine. And I think ultimately you will all be able to see that that I'm right. So yeah, just stay tuned.